taking a break here, lying on the couch, kind of in line with what I was talking about yesterday. That when you start to feel that moment in the day when you're grinding and you know you need a break, take the break. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting up on the couch right now. No air conditioning on. It's really hot up here. But it got me thinking about something that I wanted to talk about here today, which is a combination of two things that surfaced in my day so far. So one was a call that I just got off with this community that I'm a part of called Reclaim. Danielle Grant is the person that created that space, and I am a part of the community. And there was a lot of things talked about and discussed on the call, but one of them was this term, this phrase that she used, you are the community. So if you would like to create community, meaning, like if you want to build a community online or locally or, a group of friends or whatever it is, you desire more in your life, then be the community and actually participate in the communities that you're in. And then I also just watched a video by Brene Brown where she was talking about how she was approached by a man in line for a book signing, and he had his wife and his two daughters there, and they all got books signed, and then he asked her why she didn't speak to men in her work, and Brene referenced the fact that she had never studied men, so she didn't actually speak to it. And he made a reference to the idea that what she speaks about in show up and be brave and speak vulnerably, that it was challenging for him because the people in his life that were the hardest on him were the women in his life, his wife and his daughters. And Brene basically made the reference that, show me a person that can sit in an experience where the other person is having a moment where they're just done, like they've had enough, they don't want to do anything anymore, they're ready to give up on everything, and you can maintain the calm and just listen and not try and defend or project, that is a person that's done the work. And I titled this one, you want to create change in your life, do this. And it comes down to a simple phrase, and everybody knows this phrase, which is be the change. So I'll reference myself as an example, and this is what came up on this call that we had here today. So I'm building community. I'm building a community called the Better Man community. I'm building a community called the Extremely Conscious Man Inner Circle. They're connected in a lot of ways. We're doing different things in each community, but there's days where I feel like I'm contributing and I'm not seeing a lot of contribution coming back. And then there's other days when guys are all over it and they're jumping in and they're supporting each other and they're sharing what's alive and real for them and what's going on in their lives and the micro action commitments that they are committed to and how they're following through on it and everything and anything in between. And what landed for me though was, regardless of how anybody else shows up, I get to show up. For me, I get to be the community. And that means that even on days when things aren't going as I want them to, for a variety of reasons, I get to ask one very specific question. How am I creating this reality? Because the answer is always there. It's not always what I want to hear or what I want to acknowledge, but the truth is that I am responsible for everything. Everything's my fault. That's not to say that I beat myself up over it. I'm just saying that this is what extreme ownership looks like. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it, but I'm just being honest about the truth, about you want change in your life, be the change. You wish your wife listened to you more, listen to your wife. And I'm saying this to myself, I'm not preaching it. My wife's downstairs probably listening to this right now. She's not saying anything, but these are the moments when you start to just recognize that and you're like, oh, shit. Really simple answer. I'm not waiting for anything to happen. I'm not looking for some outward thing to make my life better. It's my responsibility. I create my reality based on how I choose to show up every single day. And that's not to say that you should just constantly be grinding from one thing to the next and always be looking to improve. You know, stack the habits. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, that was one of the topics that Mike and I discussed this morning when we talk about what we're doing inside the inner circle, which is to have an assessment of like, how are you doing in all of these areas of your life? Your relationships, your parenting, your physical health, your business, your finances, your social life, your quality of life. There's a variety of these buckets. How's it going? You know, be honest. Are you killing it or are you struggling? That's the starting point. Then it's a, where do you want to go? Like, what do you actually desire? What are you committed to creating in your life? And set a bar. And then ultimately surround yourself with people, not just in your community, but people that can be there to coach and guide and support and mentor you, because somebody has been where you are right now. And the only thing that's stopping you from receiving that wisdom is whether or not you're willing to drop the lone wolf persona of, that's my problem, I got myself into this, I'm going to get myself out of this, and instead say out loud what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're going through, and allow others to meet you exactly where you are. That's true community. No judgment, no fixing, just guiding a person to see possibilities as opposed to problems. And then after we do that assessment, we're going to be talking with every one of the guys that are in the inner circle and saying, okay, what do you want to create? And then what does that look like? Like, what are the things that you get to begin doing now that will move you in that direction? And usually what people will do is they'll set the bar way up here. Like if it's a fitness goal, for example, oh, I want to get in the best shape of my life. I'm going to start going to CrossFit tomorrow. I'm going to blah, whatever, you know. I'm going to start surfing. Oh, I'm going to surf. I'm going to live my best life. And what they really should be doing is assessing their current reality. It's getting kind of loud. Shara's on a phone call right now. What they should be doing, is assessing their current reality. Like, where are you right now? Meet yourself where you are. Don't fool yourself. Like, if it's physical health, how many push-ups can you do? I talked about this on a video not long ago. A year ago, not even a year ago, like I would say like even 8 months ago, I'd drop down and do push-ups and my mind was saying, oh, yeah, I got this, I'll probably pump out 20 or 30 on the first go-round. And I think I did two push-ups. Like, obviously I'm in much better shape now than I was 8 months ago, but I wasn't in bad shape then. And I, had prided myself on being in pretty good shape. I'm 46 years old, I played sports at a high level. It was embarrassing, but I had to meet my reality where it was, and I had to actually put a micro action plan in place that was going to get me to where I wanted to go, meeting myself where I currently am. And again, this is where community comes in, because everybody's going to have varying levels. Some people maybe be crushing their fitness goals, but they can't figure out how to be aligned with or abundant in their careers or their businesses. And those people can help each other if they just open themselves up to receive, as opposed to thinking you got to go at this damn thing alone. That's why we created the Better Man community to begin with. And we removed all of the initial barriers that people had, which was, we're not asking for a lot of people's time and there's no cost to it. So there goes two big ones that people always put up, like, oh, geez, I would, but I would join this thing where I actually can be around other people that will allow me to elevate, to get in better shape and feel better about myself, and maybe not die at a young age, and be able to enjoy my kids and my grandkids, and make the kind of money that I want, live where I want to. But geez, you know what? I'm just too busy. I don't have the time. It's just not true. If you're waiting for somebody or something or a miracle to save you, it's not going to happen. You want change in your life. You want your wife to respect you. You want your kids to admire you and want to spend time with you. You want your business to excel. You want the people that you're around to be lifted by your presence. You have to be that person. I have to be that person. And where it was relevant to me in the discussions today was, if I want to build community, I get to actively participate in the communities that I'm a part of, including the one that I'm creating. And I do have the time. And in some cases, it's replacing one thing with another. In other cases, it's finding ways to truly expand time. 1 + 1 = 3. Great example is, it's 3 p.m. right now. I get to go pick up the kids here at 4 o'clock, and I got a choice right now. Hop in the car and drive the 3-minute drive away to go and pick them up so I can get them and bring them back here as fast as possible and plop them in front of whatever I can make for food as fast as possible and get them on an iPad, and then I can go back to work. Or I can walk down there. And I can pick up the kids, and I can go down the beach, and I can hang out with them, and we can splash around in the sand and the water, and we can come back here. And I've got some exercise, and I've got some deep connection with my kids. That's expansion. But that doesn't happen if I'm in my head thinking, I'm behind. I need to hustle. I need to push harder. And somebody's going to hear this and resonate with it. And I say it out loud. Now, all of these videos that I've been doing, these lives, are essentially me talking to the old version of myself. Because the old version of myself would make up all those stories. I don't got time, and I don't have money. If I don't have the money, I can't do the thing. That's not true either. Because you choose to spend your money on some things and not on others. Just like I have in the past as well. What you invest in grows. And if you don't invest and commit your time and your money, which is energy, then you won't do the thing that you say you want. You want something? Change yourself. Don't expect everybody else around to change you. Your reality or your physical presence, or your connection, or anything like that. That's what I got today. All right, I got an hour, so I am going to go get some focused, committed work done that I have to do before the end of the day, and then I'm going for a walk to pick up the kids. Have a good one. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Trevor Turnbull Show. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please consider subscribing on my YouTube channel, as well as on your favorite podcast platform. So until next time, remember, today is a beautiful day of opportunity. Trust that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So be grateful, be curious, and be brave.